Greetings Netrunners, and welcome to the second part of our look at the intervention Datapack from the Flashpoint cycle. Today we're looking at the corp cards, starting with Hasbioroid. First we have Wetwork Refit. Cost of 1, operation condition. Install Wetwork Refit on a rezzed piece of Bioroid ice as a condition counter with the text, host ice gains, do 1 brain damage before all its other subroutines. So suddenly you've just upgraded that Bioroid ice to have a do 1 brain damage counter before all its other subroutines. So that means the runner has to spend more clicks or more resources to get through that ice, or it's going to be a lot more dangerous. I can see that being used on several weaker pieces of Bioroid ice to make them even more powerful. Next we have a new identity for Hasbioroid, Architects of Tomorrow, Identity Megacorp. The first time the runner passes a rezzed piece of Bioroid ice each turn, you may rezz a Bioroid, lowering its rezz cost by 4. So if you have a server with nothing that's been rezzed so far, and the runner passes the first piece of Bioroid ice, you could effectively rezz the next one for 4 cheaper, making it that much more effective for you. Or you could rezz something in another server, something that would be usually very expensive, but you've just got a discount of 4 from. So I think there's going to be a lot of play for that identity. Next we have Jinteki, and a new asset character, Fumiko Yamamori. Cost of 4. Whenever you and the runner reveal secretly spent credits, do 1 meat damage if you and the runner spent a different number of credits. So as the runner card mentioned in our previous video, makes it harder for Jinteki to win these little credit games. This one punishes the runner harder for getting it wrong, since you will now get an additional 1 meat damage as well as whatever other effect it would normally do. And it has a trash cost of 4, so it's not cheap to get rid of. Next we have Hasty Relocation. Operation. As an additional cost to play this operation, trash the top card of R&D. Draw 3 cards, add 3 cards from HQ to the top of R&D in any order, at a cost of 0. This is basically a way to get the hand you need. If you haven't got what you need in your hand, you can trash the top card of R&D and draw 3 new cards and add 3 cards from your HQ to the top of R&D in any order. It's potentially getting you the cards you need to carry on, but it is a bit risky since you have no idea what you're going to draw, but for a cost of 0, it's still worth it. Next we move on to Ambient and a new piece of ice. Data Ward, cost of 6, strength of 8. When the runner encounters Data Ward, he or she must pay 3 credits or take 1 tag. And it has 4 subroutines which all say end the run if the runner is tagged. So of course the runner will be paying 3 credits each time to avoid getting that tag. But that's a good way to drain their economy, and hopefully if you have multiples of these, you'll be able to just keep running the runner out of money, or get into a situation where you can use cards to get rid of their entire economy, forcing them to take the tag and end the run. Next we have Drone Screen. Upgrade. Cost of 1. If the runner is tagged, Drone Screen gains whenever the runner initiates a run on the server, trace 3 is successful, do 1 meat damage, which cannot be prevented. So this means that if you've managed to tag the runner with, say, a previous turn with, say, a Data Ward, you can now initiate a trace even as they're just starting the run and instantly do 1 meat damage that they cannot prevent. So that's extremely powerful if used correctly with tags. Next we move on to Wayland Corporation, and we have 2 credits for Chief Slee, asset character. Whenever an encounter with a piece of ice ends, place 1 power counter on Chief Sleeve at each unbroken subroutine on the encountered piece of ice. Click 5 hosted power counters, do 5 meat damage. So much like as we looked at in a previous data pack with the Game Over card, which instantly could kill a runner, this one too could instantly kill a runner, since every time that you stop them from successfully completing a run, for each unbroken subroutine on the piece of ice that stops them, she gets a counter. When she's got 5, just click and you can kill them. So that's an incredibly powerful card for Wayland, and I would expect it to be used in the deck with that similar card that can also just end the runner completely. Next we have a new piece of ice, Bulwark. Cost of 10, strength of 8, ice barrier illicit. When you raise Bulwark, take 1 bad publicity. When the runner encounters Bulwark, Gain 2 credits if there is an installed AI. And then has the runner trashes 1 program, the corp gains 2 credits and then the run, the corp gains 2 credits and then the run. So this is the piece of ice that really punishes the runner. You're getting 1 bad publicity for using it, but if the runner is using an AI, you're getting money. The runner has to trash one of their programs, and the corp gains 2 more credits and forces the runner to end the run. And even if the runner can break it, it's going to take a lot of credits to get up to its high strength. And now we're moving on to the neutral cards. First we have Best Defense and Operation Grey Ops with a cost of 2. Trash 1 install card with an install cost equal to or less than the number of tags the runner has. So this is going to be powerful in MBN decks, so if you can get a lot of tags on the runner, and I've seen games where very few have gotten the runner up to 35 tags, you can effectively trash any installed card using this card. This is Preemptive Action, cost of 0, Operation Terminal. After you resolve this operation, end your action phase, so always best to play this one last. Shuffle 3 cards from archives into R&D, remove Preemptive Action from the game instead of trashing it. So this is just a good way to get back any pieces of economy cards that have gone into your archives so that you want to get back to keep your game going, or if some agendas have wound up in there, you can get them out of there again and shuffle them back into R&D by using this card. Of course, as I said, it does end your turn, so it's always best to use it last. That's it for the corp cards this time. It's Netrunners. We'll see you soon in the game, or hopefully when the next data pack comes out. Remember to like and subscribe.